So I got some wisdom from the man himself, the legendary Bruce Lee. Long-term consistency beats short-term intensity. Long-term consistency beats short-term intensity. Let me repeat that one more time. Three is a charming number. Long-term consistency beats short-term intensity. Oh boy, I can talk about so many examples here about this very specific concept. I'll start off with a simple one. Let's take, for example, let's say in 1 week, you really go intense on something, right? And you say, fuck man, like, you take on a project and you go super intense on it, like super intense, super saiyan, right? And you say, all right man, I'm gonna fucking drink a shit ton of coffee here, sleep 4 hours, it's okay, I'll take stimulants, I'll take coffee, I'll take Adderall, I'll take this, I gotta perform in this project. I wanna write my book, I wanna finish my book right now. You see, like, you're writing a book, you're like, that's it, 1 week, I'm finishing the book. And you go through all of this and you finish the book in a week, and you fucking eat those Adderalls like candy, and you drink coffee, you really go intense, man, intense. You go to the gym, you exercise, you do everything in that 1 week, intense, just to finish that project. And then, after a week, and after the project is done, you break down. Inevitably. That's gonna happen. You break down, you feel fatigued, you get sick. You're gonna get sick. Oh man, if you're sleeping 4 hours a night and you're drinking coffee and you're on all these stimulants, you're gonna get sick. Guarantee you're gonna get sick, bro. Your immunity is compromised, and you're just masking it now with stimulants. Okay, you're gonna get sick. After a week, you know, you finished your project. Oh, fucking, your runny nose, an inflamed gut, and an inflamed throat. Oh man, you get an infection. You're out for the next 10 days. You're out. You get an infection, you're sick, you're out for the next 10 days. Gone. 10 days like that. Can't go to the gym, can't do nothing, can't work on your other projects, nothing like that. And the problem is made worse because now you're sick and you should be sleeping a lot. Your body wants to catch up on sleep, and yet you're not sleeping all that much. You're only sleeping like 5-6 hours because you're too sick. You can't get deep sleep. See, it's a vicious cycle. So then 10 days you come out of the sickness, you're feeling better, but you're still fatigued and sleep deprived. You haven't had a proper night's sleep in a long time. You've been on this like 2-3 week streak. You're not even getting all that much sleep. You fucked yourself up. Now you're chronically fatigued. You fucked yourself up by going really intense and compromising the basics of life, like sleep and exercise and good food and nervous system health, right? And gut health. You compromise all of that, threw it out of the window to get for short-term intensity. And now you're fatigued. Now you're chronically fatigued. Some people can do that for a month, right? Go really intense for a month. Then you're chronically fatigued for the next 3-4 months. Your body's gonna catch up, your body remembers. So, you see what I'm saying here? Whereas, if you decided, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking relax here. I'll finish this book. You know, I'll finish it over, instead of a week, I'll finish it over a month. Let me just get up every day and write a little bit. Let me just, I'm not gonna shove down all these Adderalls, all this coffee, all these stimulants, and compromise my sleep and cut it down. No. I'm gonna get 8-9 hours every night. I'm not gonna be drinking coffee. I'm not gonna be eating Adderalls. I'm just gonna go on by my day, right? I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna be social, and I'll have like a couple of hours a day. I'll write my book. I'll be more productive anyway, like that. And you end up finishing the book over a month instead of a week, let's say. You might even take you shorter because you're so relaxed and productive and in flow. It might like take you 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It might not even take you a month. So, but let's say it takes you a month. Let's just say it actually takes you 3 more weeks to finish it. Long-term consistency. You're consistent. Every day you get up, a couple of hours you're writing, finish it in a month. After a month, you're healthy, you're amazing, you're in flow. You're ready for your next project. You might want to write another book. You might have a different project, something else. and you have the same approach, the long-term consistency approach. And now you can keep going. Whereas in that model, after a month, okay, you've finished your book, but in the process, you gotten sick for 10 days, you got an infection, you're chronically sleep deprived now, you haven't been sleeping properly, you're fatigued, you're not feeling good, and now you also trained your nervous system, you trained your body, you trained yourself to depend on stimulants, on other things to be productive. You doomed yourself. So a month later, we have these two different products, right? We have one product. What's going on, guys? How you doing? Having a good day? Yeah. Beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Some gloomy ass people right there. Oof. Oof. Anyway, what was I saying? So by the end of the month, we have two different products. One product is, I finished the book, I'm cool, I'm relaxed, I'm steady, I'm moving on to the next project. Another version, I finished the book, but man, I don't know, I can't shake off this fatigue, I can't shake off this sleep deprivation, man. Like, I just can't shake it off. And see, now there is that whole short-term intensity and long-term consistency. You see the difference there? So I've personally experienced this in my YouTube, right? I've tried the short-term intensity approach. I just end up burning out myself. You know, I've tried it. I've tried to, like, you know, I'm like, okay, man, I'm gonna take this 1 week, I'm gonna make all the videos for the rest of the month. I'm gonna write this, I'm gonna do this, I'm just gonna dedicate this 1 week, right? And then I'm not gonna do anything for the next 3 weeks. I'll just do something else. It didn't work, man. I'd end up burning out myself. I'd fucking feel like shit. I feel fatigued. I'm like, no. Let me just be consistent here. Let me get up every day. Let me do a little bit of work. Every day, a little bit of work. Little bit of work, little bit of work. Let me keep the long-term consistency model. You can look at athletes, man. Do you know the athletes that don't make it, that show a lot of promise in their performance in the beginning, and then they don't make it? Like after a year or two of playing, like you hear about them, oh, this is the next big thing, the next Michael Jordan, the next Lionel Messi, the next Cristiano Ronaldo, and then after a year or two, they dip, their performance dips. You don't hear about them anymore. You know what happens? You know what that case is? That's a case of someone who went really hardcore in the short run, short-term intensity, burned themselves out, got chronically fatigued, chronically overtrained. Hi.
Hello.
Chronically fatigued, chronically overtrained, and that's it. They blew themselves out, man. They can't shake it off. They don't know what's happening. They're chronically fatigued. They're trying everything, but that's it. And then you don't hear about them again. The successful ones, however, the ones like Messi, the ones like Ronaldo, the ones like Kobe, the ones like LeBron, these guys, they're in it for the long term. So they do everything right, you know. They don't go really intense. They'll just every day, bit by bit. And that's why they're here, and that's why they're successful. Any person who's successful in anything in life is someone who consciously or unconsciously, a lot of times it's unconscious, is applying the long-term consistency model as opposed to the short-term intensity model. You can even like compare it in sex, right? Like if you're having sex and if you go short-term intensity for like 5 minutes, right? The woman's not gonna be happy because women take longer to come, right? And not only that, you might have made her come once, but you can make her come again and again and again if you took the long-term consistency route, right? And if you just controlled yourself, went longer, right? You know, gave her more orgasms, the long-term consistency model as far as sex would have greater, much greater payouts for both of you in terms of pleasure. Here, let me just decline this call. It will have much greater payouts as far as pleasure goes for you and your partner if you went and took the long-term consistency route over the short-term intensity, right? It's the same thing, man. I find this in every aspect of life. It's always better to just be consistent. Every day, little by little. Every day, little by little, right? Consistency, man. Consistency. There's magic about consistency. There is magic about consistency. It's magical. Just consistent. And in consistency, you're always relaxed. You don't feel like you're too pressured. You don't feel like, I gotta do this now. That's when you get into ego. Ego, right? Ego always wants things now, wants things done now, wants to do things now, wants things to happen now. It's like, but you're in flow. Consistency is all about flow, baby. You're in flow. You're consistent. You're in flow, right? You're just flowing, man. You're flowing. And in that flow, you might have these bouts where you go intense. You know, you'll go intense, but then you'll kind of be like, okay, no, let's go back to the consistency. And I have those. I have moments, I have periods in my life. I'll go really intense, but I go really intense because I have so much energy that I know I can afford to go really intense, but stay consistent at the same time. And that's mastery. Really, mastery is when you've been consistent in something for so long and you got this shit and you have so much energy that you can afford from time to time to go the short-term intensity and still be long-term consistent, right? But if you're always going short-term intensity, you're gonna burn yourself out. So that's some wisdom from the man, the legend, Bruce Lee. It applies to anything from sex to career to business to money to love. Even love. Even love. What is a good relationship, right? A good relationship with someone is a relationship where there's consistent flow of love. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Man, it is beautiful here. I love every single one of you guys, but don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.